ReutersMichael Gove has slammed the EU fisheries policy and says the UK will gain control. The Environment Secretary told the Conservative Party conference in Manchester that Britain would take control of UK waters after the country leaves the EU. The leading Vote Leave campaigner said the EU's common fisheries policy has been economically and environmentally disastrous. Lack of control over our own waters has gone hand in hand with drastic overfishing and the depletion of a wonderful, renewable, natural resource. Outside the EU we can do so much better. And the EU's common agricultural policy has been a failure, environmentally damaging and socially unjust. Brussels has strict policies over the UK's waters, and it is one issue that the Conservative Party hoped to adapt when the country leaves the EU in March 2019. Many of the UK's fishermen see Britain's vote to leave the EU as an answer to their prayers. After 45 years under what they saw as unfair quotas in one of the world's richest fishing grounds, it is hoped that the UK government will take back control of British waters. Europe imports about 75% of the British catch, a cornucopia of 40 species that is too exotic for most domestic consumers, such as the cuttlefish and megrim sole sold every morning at Newlands Market in Cornwall. According to data from seafood authority Seafish, cod was the most popular fish in the year to June 16, 2016, at 69,321 tons, out of total seafood consumption of 485,691 tons. The UK is set to roll out new policies after Brexit in a bid to detach from the EU. Britain has said it plans to allow foreign ships to fish in UK waters after Brexit, but claims the right to decide the extent of access. The EU will be seeking to maintain something close to the status quo, industry sources say. Any restrictions on EU market access would likely take the form of tariffs, which can be as high as 24% on seafood. For European fishermen, losing rights to British waters would have devastating consequences. Mr. Gove added the EU's common agricultural policy has been a failure, environmentally damaging and socially unjust. It's damaged natural habitats, hit biodiversity and harmed wildlife. The leading Vote Leave campaigner said the EU policy had been disastrous. The number of farmland birds has reduced by more than half. Pollinators such as wild and honeybees have suffered a drastic decline in numbers, and our rivers and chalk streams have seen fish stocks decline and small mammals disappear. On top of that, the cap has channeled hundreds of thousands of pounds of taxpayers' money to the already wealthy, simply because of the amount of land they have. That is plain wrong. The quota system is one of the biggest sources of frustration for British fishermen, who were among the most vocal supporters of the June 2016 vote to leave the EU. Britain's National Federation of Fishermen's Organisations chief executive Barry D said given the EU fleets take about 4 times as much fish out of UK waters as we take out of EU waters, the expectation is there will be a lot more fish for UK fishermen.